Welcome to Nonprofit Network, powered by Stokes Auction Group. We are a podcast focused on benefit auctions and fundraising events for the nonprofit community. We are a group of fundraising professionals that specialize in raising funds to improve communities of all sizes. Hey, here we are. We are doing another episode, and things are changing. But here's the deal. We chose this background
because we are not prehistoric.
And we were told during the pandemic that you have two options. You can be legends, or you can be dinosaurs.
We are not dinosaurs.
Not dinosaurs.
We are legends. However, the reason that we are not prehistoric is because we change. We change with everything we got to do.
Evolution.
We are down a man today.
Yeah, we are.
And so when do you do your podcast? There might be times where this happens, people. It might be me gone. It might be Shelby gone. It might be Polly gone. It could be just Shelby doing it once. It could be Polly doing it once. You will never see me doing it once because I don't know how to turn the computer on. That particular computer.
Well, and sometimes we leave it off or leave it on.
Sometimes they leave it on and then they get in trouble by...
Yeah. Uh-oh, the electricity bill said what? Whoops. So yeah, we decided to kind of put something in the can and record today. I came off of teaching at the Western College of Auctioneering.
What's your name?
My name is Shelby Stokes.
I'm Kelly Schenfeld.
And we are here to do a podcast. We talk about all things fundraising. So if you're coming in from the WCA class, welcome, welcome. We try to make this as beneficial for anyone who's inspired to help raise money in their communities. So if you have questions on how to run any of these processes, or you want to get in detail in regards to different activities that we're doing, feel free to ask and let us know.
That's by calling us. Call us.
Call us.
Who are you going to call?
But we're excited, and we had a couple of events prior to this week playing out. I was in Bellevue, Washington, helping with an event that houses adults with autism. And it was a pretty amazing event. We had a really good time. Speaking of change, right? We normally have 3 people. We're doing it with 2.
Yeah.
There's been some change in the organization that I helped this last week. And the internal staffing, maybe not, they don't have the same bandwidth that they had in the past. And I believe that's budgetary. And essentially what was happening is we had an event team kind of come in and manage the event. And it gave a different vibe to the event that was good.
That's kind of cool.
We're talking about the new, and it was definitely a new. New vibe, new donors, new board members, new items, and it felt really good. It was refreshing. It was really refreshing. You know, we didn't hit our 2018-19 numbers in regards to fundraising. Like, we weren't at the same heights that we saw pre-pandemic, but it was signs of life, and we did it well, and it was exciting to just be together and see these people that you've grown to know and love over the years, and be able to reconnect and reignite that fire in the community is just like, yes, we're doing it.
Yeah. And new on the other end of it, we did an event where Mark and I that was new for us, not new for our company, but new for us. So we knew quite a few of the people there because we do other events up there, but that was exciting too. That piece of the new was exciting, and we had a heck of a ripper. Thank gosh, because it's for a heck of a organization.
Ripper, huh?
Ripper.
That's good. Did you have like a record-setting night?
We kind of did. We kind of maybe did.
It's kind of a big deal.
It was kind of a big deal.
Well, and you were following another auctioneer on our staff,
yeah.
And that always makes it difficult, right? Like coming in, you're trying to like manage expectations, but not over.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's an interesting transition.
A huge dynamic, but
and you
super
did it,
fun.
Though.
We did it. It was great. Yeah.
In fact, they're going to put your name in lights around the building.
Yeah,
or
I doubt
right?
that anyway, but I mean that's possible. You never know.
They walked out. They're like, "She's amazing.
She's amazing." Who is the guy on the microphone? Oh, anyway, we don't know who he is. It's this guy that sold things. What's his name?
He's the man, the myth, the legend.
That's
right.
Mr. Kelly.
That's Mr. Schenfeld.
Anyway, That was super funny what I just said. We're going to talk about when you are down a man today because, you know, this is going to happen in your galas. You're going to show up. You're going to have everybody dialed in. You're going to have everybody doing what they're supposed to do, and your volunteers aren't going to show, or your MC isn't going to show. Your auctioneer will always show if you hire us because we will make sure we're there. But I should say when you hire us.
When you hire us. And I think like wherever you're coming from or whatever you're doing in the events industry, like if you are a professional in this space, you have to do your due diligence and follow through on what you've committed to do for the event. Because the knock-on that we see when one thing goes haywire is it causes like 3 or 4 different happenings, and it can cause very, very large amounts of stress, if you will, for staff, for organizations, for board members, like all of that stuff kind of piles in. So if you've committed to doing something, please find a way to kind of get it done, even if you can't be there in person, whether that's be teeing things up or whatever the case may be. I have another example from this weekend. We don't traditionally put together audio assets for our
this was
events.
a sound bump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they basically said, we've always done sound bumps. Can you do sound bumps? And I go, well, I don't traditionally do it. Well, I got to talking to the AV provider, who was awesome, by the way, like absolutely 5-star. But they basically said, like, because of the increased cost and labor and like actually doing some of those details, they can no longer take on the responsibilities to kind of handle some of those things. Not that they're opposed to it, it's just going to come with an additional fee or a different, or some more time in regards to labor. And trying to do that the week of an event when you have like multiple things lined up for a provider is darn near impossible. So they basically just said, we can't do it, sorry. And that's not something I had seen pre-pandemic. Like,
I'm sitting here going, oh, remember, you're on a podcast. Be careful what you say, because your husband will watch this. So
what
suck it up is what I want to say.
But what I'm getting at is like a lot has changed, and with that one bit that we were just like, okay, we're definitely going to do this, and then it kind of falls on somebody else within the organization to like find and process those assets. And I ended up doing it. I'm happy to do it, but the consideration of that time allocation has to be taken into account when that idea comes up.
Yeah.
So assuming
That's
that
fair.
one entity is going to do it like we have in the past isn't going to fly anymore. And we've said that over and over on this podcast. So if you're joining us for the first time, that's the first time you hear it, and it won't be the last.
Yeah.
But in terms of running with a man down or expecting individuals to come through on certain projects, be ready to have a plan B in order to put it together.
I think the only place that plan B isn't necessarily as important is if you've hired professionals. So that's, if you're hired, if your MC is a hired professional, if your auctioneer is a hired professional, if your back of house is hired out, if your sound is hired out.
Right.
I'm inclined to, sit here and say, we do go the extra mile for people. Not everybody is going to, but I believe those sound bumps maybe should have been hitting from the AV company.
But you know what? We went above and beyond.
We
and
are,
we provided
and it's
it.
good, and that's just strictly my opinion. That being said, your volunteers could fall off because they are volunteers. So that's the plan Bs that you're talking about, right? So plan B is important when it comes to volunteers. Also, this is where, relax a little bit. It's going to be okay, and it's going to be what it is, and make it happen. You can do it.
Yeah.
We believe in you, whoever you are.
We do. We believe in you. And
we believe in ya.
At the end of the day, if your goal becomes, like if your North Star is to raise money for your community and whatever you're trying to do, and you make that the goal, everything else will fall in place.
That's right.
Right? Even if you don't get the item procured, or you were supposed to get a donation at X amount of dollars and it didn't come through, or the audio on a show isn't perfect. Like at the end of the day, if you provided a pathway for individuals to come in and celebrate the organization and give to a good cause, then you've done your part to change this world. And I really would like everyone to keep that in mind, because you get into these moments where it's like stress and things aren't going exactly like you planned, and you can
And
be
then
very
do you know what you
anxious.
are? You are a dinosaur. You are not a legend. A legend will say, you know what? We don't have the volunteers. What are we going to make happen? People will reflect on that 10 years from now. Well, do you remember Sally? She's that night when none of her volunteers showed up because there was an accident on I-5 and the freeway was shut down.
Boom, boom, boom.
What do? You cherry pick your crowd a little bit and you go, oh, Bill, I need you tonight to help me with something before your dinner.
Yeah. And also, like in reference to dinosaurs, I don't know if you noticed or not, but all the dinosaurs died of stress.
All of them died of stress.
All of
They
them.
also, there was an asteroid
No, I'm pretty sure it
situation,
was the stress.
and it got very cold.
I'm pretty sure the asteroid wouldn't have hit if all the dinosaurs were
That
stressed
is,
out.
I believe that, because they were sending stressed out vibes into the universe.
See, it's
so.
all about the vibes you send out into the universe. In fact, we
Not dinosaurs, legends!
we could be legends. Legends! I have that.
That's our product.
I'll have to show you this song that I am # obsessed with right now.
Okay,
It's called
hashtag.
Legendary. It's very good. I don't know who it's by, but look it up. It's somewhere on the internet. We're going to wind this thing down.
Baby shark,
We know.
Baby shark,
Uh-oh, copyright infringement
Baby
coming.
shark.
We know that it is the beginning of fall. We know that there's a lot of pieces and teams like firing on all cylinders to make all of these fall events come through. I was lucky enough to partner with an event team this last weekend, and they are just like us in that they're chasing their tail. They're trying to get everything done. All of those gray area items, we are having to go in as event professionals and try to lift those up. And I know it's a lot of stress, but trust, we're going to come out the other side better for it.
Absolutely.
You know, any groundwork and any momentum that you're gaining this year is only going to help you in your fundraising efforts moving forward. Whether it be 6 months from now and you go with 2 events a year, or if you go 12 months a year. The fact of the matter is, as long as you are doing good in this world, it's going to come full circle and come back. I
Absolutely.
truly believe that.
Yeah, and the organizations benefit. They're not as in tune to the night of, so they benefit. Remember that. You're not stuffing your pockets, you're lifting people up. And that's what matters.
Yep, exactly right.
So
cool. We're going to kind of bring this to a close. I
Yeah.
know this is a shorter episode. It's just
super
Kelly
short
and
because
I.
we miss Paul.
We do miss Paul.
Paul, where
Paul.
are you, Paulie?
Get better soon.
Paul, get better.
soon. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Feel free to drop us a line anywhere. We're on socials and Facebooks and YouTubes and Spotify's, and you can feel free to drop us a line anytime. We'll be back next week to do another one of these, and just keep you updated on how things are going in the fundraising community.
Yeah.
How does Paul normally start the outro? He says...
He points his finger like this and he says, get out there and...
See,
What's he
I don't
say?
remember. Is it compassionate or are you compassionate?
I think I'm courageous. Anyway, Paul wants you to get out there. Hey, thanks for joining us. He says, hey, thanks for joining us, and get out there and go do something great.
And then you say...
And then I say, be courageous.
And I say, go do good. We appreciate you. Thank you for being in the fundraising community, making the world a better place. We are out for this week. Thank you. Be well.
Nice job.
Yeah.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.